leur logement. Sénateur Wu, le Canada dépend du commerce, c'est une économie ouverte et c'est tourné vers les marchés internationaux pour toutes sortes d'intrants, surtout sur la question de l'efficacité. Mais le gouvernement, je pense, nous mène vers une autre direction. Des hauts ministres nous ont parlé de découplement. Alors, que seront les effets de cette approche limitée, cette approche en matière de commerce international limitée? Quels seront les effets sur l'inflation? Et si vous êtes d'accord avec le fait que cela impactera en effet l'inflation, pourriez-vous nous dire à quel niveau et sur combien de temps ça va avoir un effet sur la manière dont on interagit avec le reste du monde? Alors, écoutez, quiconque peut vous donner une estimation, je pense que ce sera juste ça, une estimation, ce serait de la spéculation même. Ce que je peux vous dire cependant, et on l'a d'ailleurs mentionné dans notre rapport, au début de la pandémie, on a vu que les chaînes d'approvisionnement étaient très perturbées et on s'attendait à ce que la pandémie ne dure pas, n'aille pas au-delà de 2 ans. Mais ces problèmes liés à l'approvisionnement ont perduré. Peu importe ce que fait le gouvernement, vous voyez des changements de comportement chez les entreprises. Les entreprises essayent de simplifier leur chaîne d'approvisionnement, de les diversifier, de les normaliser en quelque sorte. Et ils essayent déjà d'accumuler plus d'inventaire parce qu'en fait, ils nous disent que c'est juste au cas où cela va avoir un effet sur l'économie. Ça veut dire que le système sera plus robuste, mais moins efficace. Ça va coûter plus cher. Donc, ça nous mènera à une structure qui est différente. Donc, on va s'ajuster à ces coûts plus élevés. Ça va donc... et rappelez-vous que le taux d'inflation va à un moment donné freiner. Il ne va pas continuer à augmenter. Nous avons changé cependant ce que notre point de vue. L'interprète regrette le son est de trop mauvaise qualité.
More permanent. Coming back to governments, look, the reality is the geopolitical situation globally has become much more complicated. And I mean, what we're hearing from companies, regardless again of what governments do, companies, what we're hearing is if they've got trade relationships in places where they're nervous about the geopolitical future, they're not putting money to deepen that trade relationship. They're pulling back. And I think, you know, what governments, you're absolutely right. Canada is a trading nation. Our biggest trading partner by far is the United States. And I think one thing we do need to look at is if, you know, we have very privileged trade access in the world. We've got among the best trade access in the world, as you're well aware. That is serving us very well. But our trade is very concentrated, and I've been at this committee before in other capacities saying we need to diversify our trade. That is looking tougher now. So, you know, if we can't diversify our trade, maybe we can deepen our trade relationships with our biggest trading partners and get as much benefit from globalization as we can. But I think, you know, the world is changing. Companies are reacting, and governments need to look at what is the best way forward.
That's right. And your models would be right to to predict that there will be some reversion to the previous supply chain model with modifications because companies' behaviors change because circumstances have changed. But what appears to be happening is not that the government is following the private sector, but the government is actually trying to lead the private sector to stay away, consciously stay away from certain markets on the basis of, I'm not sure what terms they've used, whether they're democracies or autocracies or whether they're friends or not friends. That, to me, would dramatically reduce the set of options for businesses, even businesses that already want to rationalize the supply chains. They want a second source, and that all makes sense. But if they can't second source in a country that's not on the friends list, surely that's going to push costs up even more than it would have if they were simply being more precautionary.
Well, look, these are decisions for governments, for parliamentarians, and I'm going to leave it to them. I do think I'm not disputing that these will have consequences. These will have costs, and so you've got to find the best way forward. But I do think that there are opportunities, even within our own country, to reduce the costs of trade. We could reduce interprovincial trade boundaries. We could just deepen and lower the costs of trade, even within Canada. That is totally within our domain. We might be able to do it with some of our largest trading partners who are large,
Governor, I'm
friendly
going to have to
democracies.
just interrupt for
Je m'excuse, monsieur le gouverneur, je vais